just where he was needed. Gleaming black as night, cloistered in injustice, dead in the eye of time. Nobody is losing. Faces merge and change, but your face remains the same. The swallows will be here by the door. And when we're finally sober, they'll be gone.
Hello. Welcome. Oh my goodness. Okay. Welcome to the first ever description workshop. I can do this. If you stumbled upon here, my name is Laura Nettles. This is my channel. I just had another piece published this past weekend. The Boy in the Wallpaper is in Volume 7, Issue 2 of Lovecraftiana. So it's out.
Congrats!
Congratulations. I signed that sucker like May 8th, 2021, and it's finally out.
Yes! That's so exciting.
So, yeah. I have a few short pieces published, short stories, flashes, drabbles, and I'm currently querying a middle grade horror. So that is me. And I have with me some super special guests who are being super gracious and helping me out today. This is Desiree.
Hello, friends. My name is Desiree. I'm known as the Coffee Life here in the community. You can find me over on Coffee Reading Writing. I post weekly videos on the writing journey, on creative living and mental health. I'm also on Ko-fi. You can find me there as Desiree M. Ortega. And I live stream Mondays at 8 p.m. Eastern, right by the Moon Writing Sprint. So hopefully I see you there.
Cheers.
I'm JC. I have writing blogs on my channel and other writerly videos. I don't know why I'm so bad at this. A blog, online magazine, online store, and a Ko-fi page. I stream on Wednesdays from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm also the self-published author of 2 books, The Diary Succession of Lies and The Art of Love Poetry Collection. And I'm here because I'm descriptionally challenged. Mia.
And hello, I'm Mia, the Vixen of Fiction. I'm currently bribing my puppy, Loki. I'm a Loki mom and a mom of 4, and I'm writing all kinds of things. As soon as I start talking, he's like, "Why aren't you talking to me?" So I'm bribing him by tossing treats.
I will be doing that for Roy later tonight.
Oh, yeah. And I write historical fiction, sci-fi, and fantasy. I genre mix and genre hop with romance and supernatural. I'm currently working on a novella and a comic and a fantasy and so many things because I can't focus on one thing at one time. No. One more. There we go. Right now. And I'm streaming on Tuesdays at 7, but today we wanted to come join Laura because we think she's amazing at doing description. I am not amazing at doing description. So we will see if she can help us out a little bit. My piece is not ready, unfortunately. It's kind of ready, but you know how it is. We like to keep looking at it and keep looking at it and keep looking.
We'll never feel it's finished or ready.
Exactly. But I'm super excited because Laura is one of the few people who do a lot of description, and I've never been taken out of the story. I have hyperphantasia, so when people describe things, I see exactly what you're telling me to see, and sometimes if description is a little off, it takes me out of the story. And I can say that every piece that I've ever read of Laura's, her description when she's describing keeps me right in the story and dives me right in. It builds the world. So I love the way that she does description. which is why I'm very excited to be here and to just like see the brain working and how she does this. Because I mean, that's what I need. Because otherwise, I do very little description because I think, oh, too much description is gonna be too much. It's gonna be too much, and then it sounds kind of plain. And it's like, oh no, it needs more. But where's that balance? Laura's got an excellent balance.
Yes.
I love her work.
So I don't really see things in my mind when I read at all or write. So my descriptions are basically what would I want to see if I could see something.
Interesting.
So
Which is amazing. That's aphantasia. So it's amazing how your aphantasia feeds my hyperphantasia brain.
so
That's
yeah,
interesting.
Mm-hmm.
it's
Yep.
it's interesting. So my first book, the whole thing was basically White Room Syndrome because I didn't want to have to world build Roy.
He probably heard of me.
Yep.
I didn't world build, and so I didn't know what the rooms looked like, and I didn't want to have to think, what would the sinks be made out of in this sci-fi futuristic world? I don't know. So, like, yeah, so I've definitely improved since then. Yes, Roy, thank you. So, but I always have room for improvement. So if anybody in chat has suggestions as we go along, or anybody on screen has some ideas as we go through these pieces, please pipe in. It would be awesome. We've all got this. And,
Yes, it's a workshop. That's the fun part. We all get our hands dirty.
Exactly.
hands dirty makes me think we're pulling up mandrakes or something.
Well,
I was thinking, see, that shows you how dark I am. I was thinking of something else. It's dirty. Are we burying bodies? Like, see why I'm meant to write mystery.
Let's say hello to people in the chat real quick. There's Eva, early one for the good seats. Thank you for being here. And Jules, sneaking in early. Thanks, Tracy.
Yeah.
Are all amazing.
Nikki is here.
no.
Jennifer is here. Roy, he stole his squeaky toy back.
He's like, I got
Nick
it.
is here.
Hi.
And Gwenna is sneaking in at school. Let's see. Tiffany, hello. And let's see. I've been sat at the same scene of the Zero draft since the weekend. Sounds like the perfect scene to work on during this.
Oh, perfect.
If
Maybe
you
we'll
want
get you-
to send it in, we only have 2 pieces right now to go over, so we have plenty of time. So if you want to send something in, you can send a Google Doc to Instagram at nettles.animation, or if you don't do the Instagrammies, you can just email me at authorlauranettles@gmail.com.
I think it's just me that doesn't do Instagram.
No, there's some people that just don't have it.
So, yeah. I lost the comment. There it is. Okay. And Esther, hello. Megan. Welcome to the description workshop of workshopping descriptions. Exactly. Exactly.
Perfect tagline.
Yeah.
Thank you for the congratulations. Hello, cool gamer.
Welcome, friend.
Chef's kiss. Thanks. Oh, Jennifer says, tell Loki I said hi.
Oh, Jennifer says hi, Loki. He says hello. Have snacks.
It's like my mouth is full. I can't talk.
Hello, Victoria.
Hi.
Let's see. My problem is I see it in my brain, but when I go to write it on paper on my screen, my brain says, yeah, nope, that's not happening. Oh, no.
I feel that.
Yep.
Yeah. I've been reading a lot the past week, and so it's interesting reading how different authors will do descriptions differently. Like, especially between like adult horror and middle grade horror.
Oh.
I only read horror and writing craft books this past week. But yeah. Let's see. I would like to know when a writer has possibly gone too far that it turns purple, where the line is. So
Yeah.
for me, the line is when somebody has to read a sentence 2 or 3 times to understand what you mean.
Ooh.
Mm.
Because then it pulls you out of the flow and you're like, wait.
Yep.
Because it's too abstract.
Mm.
Yeah. That's where it is for me also. And I find that a lot of times when people it feels like they write really beautifully, and so I'm like, that's not what the problem is. When I read something and I'm like, oh, everybody loved this book, but I just thought it was okay. What happens is they'll use a word that abstractly means closely what they're describing, but it doesn't really. My brain automatically goes to what it actually is first. And the further it is from being the actual thing, the more pulled out I am from it. And then I've even had to stop reading something, be like, I know what this word means, look it up and look at different definitions and try to find the one that, and then I can go back to the story. And by then it's like I've been pulled out of what you were trying to do. But I think that's different for some readers. Some readers just like to hear the beautiful words. If it's close, they're like, that's fine. And they just can keep going. My brain doesn't let me do that because my brain is putting everything in. So if something doesn't match, my brain needs to make it work. And I think that just depends on the reader. Some people, I think people who like more poetic type writing are more loose with how far they can go with the purple, because they're used to that. It's very abstract. It's okay. It sounds good, so I can keep going. Where my brain doesn't allow me to do that.
I read
And
a horror.
I'll still think it's beautiful. I'll be like, that was beautifully written, but some of those words didn't quite mean, the right thing.
I read a horror novella this weekend, and there was a disconnect between the voice of the narrator. It was first person, but like when they're talking and then when they're dialoguing, like it was very different. So like when it was narrating, it was very like Oxford English. They used the word chiaroscuro twice in a novella. And like, why would you describe the lighting as that when you could like describe the lighting? Like,
yeah.
Why would you label it with a word that only people that studied art history know?
That was about to ask you what that
meant. Look it up and be like, oh, that's what that word is. And I feel like you don't ever want to have to do that.
But then the dialogue was a completely different tone. It was all very like everyday speak and kind of crass, and then go back to like the Oxford. And it's like,
oh, that's bizarre. Yeah.
But their backstory was told in such a purple prose way that it was so abstract, I wasn't sure what it was trying to tell me. And so I spent half the book confused at how characters' relationships were. Because it mentioned a wedding, but the character who was married didn't show up until like 4 more chapters. And so and there was two guys and 2 girls in this group. So it was like, who's married to who? None of them were married to anybody. And I was like,
oh wow, what?
Some of them were together, and one of them had been with one of them, and so I was just very confused. But
wow.
I would have somebody, Roy, he's whining for treats.
He's like, I want more.
I would have somebody beta read and go through and specifically ask them, are you confused anywhere? And then go through and try and make things more not obvious, like I guess obvious, more blatant.
Instead of all flowers.
I don't always mind when someone uses a word I don't know what they mean. I mean, it doesn't necessarily pull me out of the story. It just kind of teaches me a new word.
Yeah.
So, because how else do we learn new words that we haven't seen before? Because we don't know them.
Yeah, and that can be a good thing. I think that's a lot of times readers or writers though don't want people to be pulled out of the story. Like if you're intense in a scene, writer like I did. I feel like I don't want people to be like, oh wait, what is that word, and go look it up, or I would go look it up. Like I said,
Oh
some
yeah,
people,
I have done that.
yeah, but I don't think that that's what writers want you to do. So I think if you're good,
Why
I
not?
think if I like the use of new words, but to make sure that you know what they're talking about, I think that's fine.
Just to not pull you out of the story
Hey,
because
no,
you're
Yeah, you're
setting the
outside to
scene.
the
no, I get
story.
what you're saying. I was just saying I guess I'm not one of those people that can be pulled out of the story
Mm,
with that.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, it
right,
doesn't
right.
pull me out of the story. It'll make me go look up the
That's the
words,
good
sure,
thing.
but then I can better understand what they're saying if I know what it means, and it teach me a new word.
Yeah, it was just
Yeah.
confusing on having them think big words but not dialogue out big words.
Yeah, it
Y'all still
didn't match
haven't told
the
me what it
character.
means,
Um,
but y'all still haven't told me what it means. I don't know what it means.
It's a writing technique where you have like slashes of bright light and the rest fades into darkness. It's
Oh,
in a lot of old paintings where you'll have like one light source of like a candle. So everybody's like leaning in on the table and their faces are lit and the rest is all darkness. So
Mm.
it's pretty cool.
lots of heavy shadows on their
Mhm.
faces from the light angle.
Yeah.
See,
cool.
but most people probably wouldn't get that.
But now I know a new word.
Yep.
I probably have no reason to use it, but that's not the point.
You know what? You'll be surprised. You'll be writing something one day, and you'll be like, there will be like they'll be standing under a night light, one of the street light outside, and you might be like, oh, that word might work here. You know what I mean? Or she sees the guy in the distance standing under the,
Yeah.
and that word might come into play. You never know.
Yeah.
You have it now. It's in the
It's in my
registry.
my mental word index.
Yep.
Thank you for teaching me the word, Laura.
Yay.
Oh,
Yes.
got it.
And other people don't use Instagram.
Yep.
Thank you,
Not
Esther.
sure if I see things in my head or not does not mean I don't. Like some people can close their eyes and see a full on movie.
Yeah, that's me.
Mhm.
I literally watch everything like if it was a movie.
Yep. That's how I read and watch everything. The voices, people's voices, everything. If you don't give me a description of a person, I will put a person there.
Same.
I just read the words out loud to myself in my head in my own voice, and that's how I get through a book.
Mm.
Oh,
Interesting.
I never read in my voice.
I
If
am
it's a
learning so much
narrator,
about your
I have
process.
I have narrators. Like Emma Thompson is one of them. So if
That's
it's a
so
third,
nice.
I love her narrating voice. So she's
Ooh.
one
I
of
remember you saying that before too.
yeah. You get to use quite a bit, especially if I'm reading more British stories. She gets a lot of them. There are several. There are several. Also depends on if it's a guy or not. Or if I just think, oh, so and so's voice would be great here. That's their voice. Boop.
Ooh, is
Mine are
Idris ever
specific.
used? Is
Huh?
Idris ever used? Is Idris used at all? Because Idris's voice sounds so
Yeah,
heavenly to me.
you like for specific readings. So it depends on the story.
That's hilarious.
I just
So-
felt like his name belonged in the conversation somewhere.
She just had to bring them up.
Touche.
So Bonnie would like write Sybil and would like to beef it up. So Roy, you killed the entire bag of treats just now, sir. Hopefully we'll give you some ideas as we go through these pieces. So the plan for tonight is work on a piece, do a sprint, work another piece, do a sprint, and then if Mia's piece is ready, we'll do a third piece, and then we'll see how it goes.
It might be. I just have to decide. There's some people that disappear, and I have to make a decision where the stepbrother disappears. Does he disappear at the same time as the same incident as his stepsister? Because she's like the protagonist, right? Or yeah, she's a protagonist right now. There's another one because it has more than one POV. But if it happens at the same time, then I really need it in the very first chapter because she's investigating a crime scene. And so I need to add that similarity.
Do we mean disappear? Wait a minute, is this magic involved in this?
You'll see
You
when
mean
you
disappear like disappear
on.
like
I thought
He's gone.
transporter. Like,
disappear like
Yeah, it's supernatural. It is set in contemporary and historical fiction. So there's parts of it that are told in historical fiction. There's parts of it that's told in contemporary, modern times. So right now we're in the modern, and then she's going to meet people. We'll get back to the historical part and see how it all intertwines.
And remember, we're only sending like a paragraph.
Yeah, we're just sending a couple paragraphs, but this,
I
specifically
may have sent more than
It's just
That's
waiting
Laura.
for
I
Laura's
want yeah.
I may have sent a couple of pages. But okay, but to be fair, I only highlighted a couple of paragraphs because it was a page of dialogue, and I didn't really. I wanted her to have context for the for the highlighted parts.
mhm.
So
Yeah.
okay, I felt like I needed to explain myself.
Help with describing the crime scene. It's very specific, and I think because it's supernatural, it has to do with vampires. I feel like that'd be a good one for Laura to help me out with, because I'm better at describing certain things in crime scenes. I'm like, there was a dead body. Moving right along.
Wishing I had.
Saying with things writhing in it yet?
Ooh.
Not yet. See,
Not yet?
How,
Okay, it's a
how
fresh
quickly how quickly can I give it worms and things? Like, it's overnight. We should already have bugs, right?
With dead animals, yes, there are if they're outside. With humans inside a house, probably not.
Outside. It's all outside in the woods.
Then, yeah, I would. Right.
And now I'm thinking I submitted the wrong stuff this time. I have a mystery. I should have submitted the stuff about the crime scene. I didn't even think about it. Oh, Mia, can I throw my hat in the ring to beta read for your book? Just, whenever.
Sure, it's for the Vela, so I hope you're available soon.
Okay, cool. I love historical and mystery, and put the two together, and I'm in.
And I read a little bit of it, and my husband's, I think the way that part of it sounds, my husband's like, is this going to be erotica? I'm like, no, because it's very mysterious. There's a person that she doesn't know. And just the way that they meet, it sounds a little, I'm like, no, it's going to be regular supernatural and romance. Is it starting to sound a little saucy? But he's not a regular reader, so he doesn't know. So I'm like, I'm labeling this right. I was like, expect something that they're not going to get. They might be mad at me. Don't be
Jules,
mad at
I
me.
wonder how you feel about Tolkien. Because those are pages of descriptions.
Yeah, I can't see first. I had read a book where they just described the foyer for over a page. And I was like, okay, we're just walked in. Can we get past the foyer already? For me, that's too much.
I love the story. I'm so glad we got to have it in a movie. I don't have any desire to try and read it again. I did try to read it, and as fascinated as I was, so wordy. So wordy.
Note to self: do not read the book. Okay.
No, because you might read it and be like, yes, this is for me. And I'm like, it's for me. I just need lots of it chopped out. Like, it's a lot. It's a lot. But I'm like, the story itself, I'm like, yes. Yes.
Hello, Morgan. Okay.
Hello.
All right. Jennifer. Oh my gosh, I can't read. Jennifer. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's pull up the first pièce de résistance. Okay. Share screen.
JC and I are like,
oh, that's you, Desiree. It's got to be you because you sent yours way before I sent mine. So, it's only fair. First person to sit there should go first.
yeah. And it was a lot. I apologize.
Okay. So, Desiree, do you want to give a background to this piece? Is it a standalone? Is it a snippet? What is this?
So this belongs to my romantic suspense novel that I am currently drafting. And right now, this is about my main character on their way home to a cabin. And they come across a certain situation that happens. So,
All right.
Mm.
Mhm.
So I just keep
The
moving
suspense
in.
is killing me.
Okay, so I had to look up who Lady A was, and I was like, "Oh, Lady Antebellum."
yeah,
Okay.
because they changed their name.
They did. I remember that. Okay. Yep.
They changed their name now, I guess, because maybe people kept flubbing Antebellum.
Well, because
Okay.
antebellum is a well.
No, there's they changed it because there's another person with the exact same name who I think she's like a black jazz bluesy singer, and so they were having
Oh,
some problems because people were expecting one thing, and then I think they got it all worked out anyway. They ended up just changing their name to Lady A.
oh,
Oh,
Yeah.
that was. Oh, we heard different stories then. Okay.
Oh, what did you hear?
I heard it was in relation to antebellum being associated with the
Maybe
South
I'm thinking of the wrong
and,
group. I guess
you
then that
know,
was them.
some racial
Yeah,
history.
I had heard that too, but y'all let me know if anybody knows them. I
And
think
so
there's
they
another.
felt like they were offending people by keeping that name as their group name. So they changed it.
Well,
Okay, I might be thinking of another group who also recently changed their name or was considering changing their name.
Yes, Eva. Yes.
bring it,
Ooh,
Eva. Bring
Yes,
it,
Eva. I would love
please.
to see some of Eva's work.
Absolutely.
oh yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna read a paragraph, and then we'll work on the paragraph and go to the next paragraph, and so on.
Excellent.
Okay. Feeling a bit country, I queued up some Lady A on the radio. Up ahead, headlights beamed. There weren't many cars coming and going on this two-way street, but the faint twin lights appeared on the wrong side of traffic, coming straight towards me. Dun dun dun. So, when you say, like, so you bring up the music, but then I think we could describe the music a little bit and maybe give it a little bit of like a personification, just because I like to throw that in.
Ooh, okay.
So,
Okay.
how would you describe Lady A music?
Specifically thinking what she might have queued up. Let's say she's listening to something that's it's upbeat. It's got a little feel, makes her feel a little sassy. Um, what else? Hmm. I'm trying to think.
Ash, come on. How do I spell? Thank you.
um,
So, what is the music doing to her?
so it's nighttime. It's starting to slowly rain.
Mhm.
And the music is kind of giving her some, let's see, no pressure, Desiree.
No pressure at all.
If anyone else knows of any Lady A and you've got ideas, by all means. I'm trying to think. What is the music making her feel? She's got
So,
a
like, is the upbeat rhythm like? Is it soothing her? Is it caressing her skin? Is it like?
ooh, okay.
Ooh.
It's soothing. It's soothing. I like the soothing picture of it. So it's soothing. It's giving her a sense of escape.
Is
Mm,
it like how is she feeling before she turns the music on? Is it soothing away certain feelings, or I don't know what she was like before this moment.
yes. What was happening before this moment? That is a very good question. Where did I take this out of exactly? She had gone. Oh, okay. No, I do remember. Okay, so she earlier that day, she kind of had a romantic liaison with the man she's falling in love with.
Oh,
And so they kind of separated for the day to do some errands, and she's getting back to the cabin now where she'll most likely meet up with him. So she's in this really kind of good place in her life where everything feels like it's calmed down from the chaos that was previous. And right now she's in this really happy bubble where life is just at peace and it feels good.
Okay.
I
So
like that, Esther. Yeah, it is creating a safe space for her in the car, like the music.
so the upbeat rhythm builds a safe base surrounding me. Come on. I can do this.
Technology.
Mhm.
Okay. Okay, so we have more of a sense of calm and safety before we get into this wrong side of traffic business.
Didn't even mean to do that. I love that.
So up ahead, headlights beamed. Are they super bright, like high beams, or are they just normal headlights?
They're normal headlights, hence they're faint twin lights at first.
Okay.
So that's why I had to put that they were faint twin lights after that. But if we need to bring that up maybe before.
So up ahead, headlights beamed. There weren't many cars coming and going on this two-way street, but the faint twin lights appeared on the wrong side of traffic, coming straight toward me. Is she nervous at all now, or is it just something she's
More
noticing?
curiosity at first, kind of just
Okay.
confusion and curiosity of what if she's seeing correctly that these lights are coming toward her on the same lane.
Do I need to italics it? I like to put little internal thoughts because this is first person.
Yes.
So okay. Droplets
So
of
someone mentioned something that is possible. We can eliminate that line completely. The up ahead headlights beamed,
okay.
and just go into there weren't many cars coming and going on.
I like that better. So, if you don't want to have up ahead headlights beamed, instead you could say like how far away the taillights were of the people. Like, are there many people on the street?
There
Oh, it
weren't.
says there
There
weren't.
aren't. Yeah, there aren't.
Awesome. Just leave it then. You're awesome.
Yay!
Okay. Drops of rain started cascading down my windshield faster than the wipers could clear them. My hands gripped the steering wheel as my heart began thundering harder in my chest. I had to think fast. Would I need to swerve out of the way? So one thing that I thought was the sound of the rain. Is it starting to overpower the safe space of the Lady A?
Yes, I like that. Yes, because since it's just starting to really now come down all of a sudden, you're hearing now more of like the tapping and thundering on top of the car over the music.
So drops of rain started cascading down my windshield faster than my wipers could clear them, their constant pounding against the glass overpowering my Lady A. My hands gripped the steering wheel as my heart began thundering harder in my chest.
Yeah, that can be worked with.
Sound better without started, says Eva.
Yeah. So we can do drops of rain cascaded down.
Oh, I like the way that sounds better already. I'm just
Yeah.
reading it. I'm like, oh, yep.
Okay. Sweet.
So I would just add a little descriptor.
Mm-hmm.
Um, should we say my hands grip the steering wheel hard, or my hands viced around the steering wheel?
Ooh,
Yeah. Ooh,
I like
nice.
Vice because I think I bring up the whole needing to like grip to things later on again.
Oh.
So to switch it up.
Okay, my hands viced around the steering wheel as my heart began thundering harder in my chest.
Everyone's got good ideas too.
Yeah, let me check the comments too.
I can't see the comments when I'm looking at the document. I don't like began thundering. I would
Okay.
just say thundered.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh, yep.
makes a big difference too.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. I can buy some.
Was her heart already thundering? So now it's thundering even harder, or just the heart thundered?
Okay. Yeah, I guess because it just started. So
Okay.
Oh, yeah, because you know that changes the whole context. Because I'm thinking, is her heart already racing? That's why she needs to listen to the country music to calm herself.
Yeah.
But so yeah, that just totally.
that changed the whole. Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
For
Just
some
a
reason, I
little
want to change
thing.
what to do.
Hmm.
I want to change
Oh.
what to do, and I'm not sure why.
Yeah, no, I
I
think
guess
it's
I
more
put it
active.
because since I'm writing first person past tense, so I wasn't sure.
I had to think, or maybe did I need it?
Oh, is it first person pass?
First person
Yeah.
past. Yeah.
Oh,
Okay, that makes more sense. Yeah.
Yep. Drops of rain cascaded down, so it's all first person. What would I?
Okay. Yeah. Let's leave
or
it as
did
what.
I
What,
need to
yeah, yeah, I'm thinking did, because would I need to swerve out of the way? It's more
Hmm.
brings it more present tense, not past.
Okay.
Unless
Hoping
you
to
want to
get
say, should I have swerved out of the way? I don't know yet because I'm reading as I go. But yeah, did works because it's already happened, right?
Hmm.
because she's relaying this information to us as a narrator. It's already happened.
right?
Hoping to get their attention, I honked the horn. Maybe they were drunk or sleep deprived. I honked again, their headlights getting closer. Slowing down, I checked the opposite lane for oncoming cars before switching over. Perhaps I could safely pass them. I would say instead of, she's not just hoping to, she's desperately trying. So
Hmm.
Needed.
I don't know if she's desperate yet, but she is trying.
Yes. Okay, Eva. Well, I'll take that into note for that was for the previous sentence.
Oh, should I sort of make it shorter? Mm.
No, but should I swerve is present tense though, and you want it past. Unless you say, should
Okay.
I have swerved?
Yeah.
But I like did I need to swerve out of the way?
Yeah. Okay.
A lot of this is also personal taste.
Hmm.
Right, but we were saying should I swerve, which would be when you said this is past, present, right?
First person past.
First
Yeah.
person past. So should I swerve is present tense, not past.
Hmm.
But interior thoughts, my interior thoughts are never past tense.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Are we have if
But if she's okay, is this her telling the story to? This is her narrate. Explain this.
I mean, editor, editor, help!
Yes. Who's an editor? No.
Morgan, you here?
Yeah. Morgan. How would? Yeah. Questions aren't in past tense. Eva says. So.
But if you're technically, if you're addressing, no.
But there's moments where she does bring in inner dialogue. So do we? Should we
But is this one
italicize
of those
it?
moments?
Hmm. Oh.
Is she
Okay.
talking about it? Is she talking
Morgan.
about a question she had at the time? Since
So
it's a
Morgan
thought.
saying since it's a thought, it can be in present, and it'll be in italics.
Okay. Questions aren't in past tense.
Okay. Okay.
I still like. Did I need to swerve out of the way?
But I need to
But
swear.
if
That's your story, so
Okay, so if we want to show my hand twitch as I considered swerving.
ooh, okay. Yes.
okay. The description master, and this is why we're here.
Yep.
There, okay. I
had to
didn't.
think fast. My hand twitched as I considered swerving. I love that so much. Okay.
Yeah.
So is she honking the horn? Is she blaring on the horn? Is she pounding on the horn?
Okay, so at first she's just so it's like a honk because I think there's still some she's still
There's still
riddled with some
distance.
confusion and yeah, and there's enough distance where she's trying to understand what's happening if this car is going to keep coming her way.
You pointed out that you mentioned hands
Yeah.
back
they're
to
in
back.
but they're in two different paragraphs, or right?
No, it's in the same sentence. It's in the same paragraph.
Oh,
It's-
yep, it is. My hand twitched. You could say I twitched as I considered. Oh,
My
fingers.
fingers.
Nice.
Fingers twitched. Nice.
Mhm. Thank
Oh.
you, Eva.
Oh my goodness. Good.
Is there such thing as a descriptive editor? Because Laura sends you my book for descriptions.
Yeah, so we with the horn we want to start like it's more light, like just a honking, but then I guess the second time can be more aggressive, like Jules.
Yes, so getting more aggressive with the horn. Yes.
Maybe something like I hit the horn lightly at first. Maybe thinking maybe they were drunk or sleep. Thinking they were drunk or sleep deprived. And then maybe build on the intensity. Then I honk
Could
again.
you
Maybe
also Could you also flash the high beams to get their attention? Because this is nighttime, right?
Yes, it's nighttime. That's an option.
Okay.
I mean, if you don't want to use honked too many times.
yeah, honk.
Mm.
That way you can find a way to keep building.
So their headlights getting closer. Are they speeding closer, or are they inching close? Like how fast are they approaching?
They're inching closer. And yeah, maybe Eva says maybe they were drunk or sleep deprived. The maybe is kind of weak. So maybe just take it out to were they drunk or
Were they
sleep
drunk?
deprived?
Mm-hmm.
Is that Loki or Roy?
That's Loki. I'm sorry. He's like
Oh no, you're
he's
fine.
sleeping, but he can hear the neighbor dog, so he's like grumbling in his sleep at them because he doesn't want to fully get up.
I think it's cute.
Yeah. Well, now he's up.
All right, so we tapped the horn, and then we honked harder. Flashed the high beams. Their headlights inching closer. Slowing down, I checked the opposite lane for oncoming cars before switching over. Perhaps I could safely pass them. So,
Could I take out perhaps and just that whole thing?
slowing down, I checked the opposite lane for
Huh.
oncoming cars before.
Could I safely pass them? I don't know. Is she asking a question whether she can safely pass them or not?
I think it's just an internal thought.
Yeah.
That's when my muscles locked up and every hair on my body stood at attention. They immediately switched lanes with me. My muscles locked up, and every hair on my body stood at attention. This seems like a long phrase to just say raised.
Okay.
I don't know. Hair. So what's another way we could say stood at attention?
Because you want to show that she has some fear at this point, like she's has fear and panic.
Yeah.
Maybe every hair on my body rose in terror? Or every hair on my body
Stood up, Eva says. But would it? The hair on my body.
because this is whatever the hairs are feeling. The hairs are doing.
So they rose in terror and fear.
I'm pulling out my work now because I have a very similar. Let's see what I wrote for mine. Probably need to be fixed. Oh.
I'm gonna add a had here. But I'm not a grammar genius.
Where are we at?
I was
Also,
pointing like you could see me, Nia.
I don't think you need to. I don't think you need to add the had if you don't want it. You could say immediately they switched lanes with me. If you, oop, Loki, stop. Yeah, I think that.
I don't like. So a lot of times people say you don't need to say immediately
Hmm.
because
Oh, right. Yeah, you just need to find a way to convey how quick it happened without. You don't want to say quickly or.
Do we need the had?
Maybe
since we
jerking,
have the
maybe
switch?
jerking the car, or cause that's still jerking. Still does it.
And I'm gonna say jerking later again.
Oh, okay, never mind.
I'm gonna be jerking the wheel over in a little bit.
Maybe with a hard swerve, the car switched lanes with me or something.
We can make it more aggressive.
Yeah, because I think if we're building up the intensity of how close these lights are getting to you, you kind of want to like almost have that relief, like oh, whew, thank goodness, kind of feeling.
Eva saying that I'd remove switched lanes due to switching over earlier. I'd say they moved over with me or something to bring their action of swapping lanes as a personal affront to the main character. Their car moved, or yeah.
If you said switching before, so maybe
Uh,
just say
I
swap.
don't see where she said switching before. Oh, I do now. Never mind.
yeah, switching
Yeah,
over.
just say swapped, or I think a synonym might work.
The car mirrored. Oh, then we're gonna have to take out the next paragraph where it says they
Oh
mirrored.
no, we used married again.
car moved with me.
I don't know. I like switched better.
But then she'd have to change the switch from
The first switch.
Like, this is what I tell
Well,
my
there's
daughter.
nothing you
Like, which
can't
one
have.
I think better? Which one do you
There's
like
nothing-
better in her paper?
But they're in two different paragraphs. It's nothing saying you can't do that.
But it's a very short paragraph. That paragraph's only like 2 sentences, so it feels close. It feels close.
Yeah. Muscles locked up and every hair on my body rose in fear. The car moved with me.
Oh, I kind of like that. I'm getting it now because at first I thought, are they moving out the way? But no, clearly they're moving to be still in front of you. Okay. Takes me a minute sometimes. All right, let me see.
You can change this back however much you want after.
Yeah. No, this is good.
My body rose in fear.
Okay. I was close enough now to see that it was a truck. In panic, I pulled the wheel to the right, landing me back in the correct lane. They mirrored my moves. I tightened my hold on the steering wheel. They were going to purposely crash into me.
Yeah, that whole thing needs.
Ooh. Yeah.
So should we, instead of saying you could now see it was a truck, maybe we should describe the truck?
Okay. Not too much because the later on she can't give the details to the police.
Right.
So
maybe the
just
height of
enough-
it. Maybe that it was up high enough that she could tell it was a truck.
Mm-hmm.
Also, if she's in the south, I don't know if it's too much description, but if some trucks have the over lights, maybe that helps to blind her so that's why she can't give more of a description, other than that it had lights, maybe. If having the top lights isn't too much description, depending on where she's at, like they're everywhere here, so that would not be helpful.
Okay.
But someplace else, a truck with lights like that would stand out. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So the headlights were high and bright, wrapping around the vehicle, revealing a truck bed. I don't know. That makes it seem like a semi.
And the truck bed isn't at the back? I don't know. I don't know much about trucks.
I'm trying to
All right. So
figure out how. Yeah.
Is she sure that it's a truck? Because she'd have to see somehow to know that it's a truck. Like if it's when it swerves, if she can see the low truck bed, then she would know. So
Yeah,
something.
when
Oh,
they
it
switch
came as a
lanes,
speak. Okay, so she did see that it was the back
she
of
could
the
see
bed.
that it was at least a truck. Yeah, not many details about it, but enough that when she switched lanes, she realized it wasn't just a regular car because she's in a little Subaru. So, ooh, Jess was saying, story setting could be she could see the cattle guard chrome bars glinting in the lights.
Nice. So, will she be able to describe that later, or?
She could, yeah, because that's not gonna. That's if it's just to any basic truck. There are so many trucks up in the Pacific North where she's at that it's not enough, I think.
The cattle guard chrome bars glinting in the lights. Okay.
She says hashtag Texas girl.
I know how to spell cattle. Totally.
What are mud flaps, Eva?
They're behind the
Well,
tires so that the mud
Right.
doesn't spray up.
Oh, okay. Know nothing but truck.
Yeah, so you've got to decide how much she can see and how she can and can't see what she can see. That way, when she's got to describe it later, you can say that's all she could see.
Yeah.
Why? So someone's not like, well, why couldn't she see this, but she couldn't see what color it was or something like that.
Exactly.
Or
Yeah.
how many doors it had.
So I wouldn't say pulled. I would just be like yanked.
Okay.
Something a little more panicky.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, panic. Okay.
Well, we can remove the in panic.
Yeah.
I think Eva even suggested that.
Yeah, okay. I yanked the wheel to the right, swerving.
Moving back to the correct one.
Are you, at any time, is she going to hydroplane on the rainwater?
She skidded. I put that she did the tires skidded on the wet pavement later.
I see that. Okay. So we'll save the hydroplaning for after.
Okay.
They mirrored my moves. I tightened my hold on the steering wheel. They were going to purposely crash into me.
I tightened my grip or on the steering wheel.
Usually people say white knuckle grip, but is there a way we could break that cliche instead of white knuckle? Might Jesus take the wheel grip?
That would be.
And I've been muted this whole time. I was thinking about how you talk about how it feels and stuff like that. So that burning feeling that you get when you're holding something really, really tight,
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
like kind of like, I don't know how to describe that, but you go.
She's like, and here.
Oh,
I'm
the
like,
bones in
literally-
her fingers grinding on each other now.
I'm literally making fists. I'm like, ooh.
Mm-hmm.
So at this point, so this is first person. Would she still refer to them as they, or would she like call them something, or I don't know.
Because she doesn't know. Would it be maybe posed better as a question? Or the truck?
Like, are you
Yeah.
saying she would give them a generic name, like these a-holes? We're really trying
Yeah.
to.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking. That's what I was
Oh, okay. So something like, was this a-hole going to purposely crash into me?
this a-hole, this mofo, whoever, just at this point, you're like, son of a gun. What is happening?
Okay.
Good one, yeah.
I don't know. I don't curse.
Yeah.
But it
I'll
feels
change it up.
relevant at this moment.
Yes.
Let's see. Not just crash into me, but like
This mofo, Morgan laughs. So Eva's suggestion was to have her brace for impact.
okay.
Yeah. Because she's already, we're not using white knuckling, but she's already gripping the steering wheel. And then there's that moment where you think this is going to happen, where your body completely tightens and locks up, which you're not supposed to do, but instinctively we can't help
We
it.
always do, yep.
This mofo is trying to kill me.
So instead of were blocked, just take out were and just put blocked my view.
Yeah. Blinding headlights blocked my view. Just as I was about to jerk the wheel over to the opposite lane to avoid collision, they pulled the truck out of the way at the last second, causing me to abruptly steer the car to the right. Okay.
Break that down. Evo, you'd close your eyes.
Yeah.
I might too.
So I'm imagining in my blank brain that these headlights are getting so close that it's all she can see now
Yeah.
because she's doing her last ditch effort.
Yes.
Hold up, wait. I was gone during the previous paragraph. Murder me. She's dead.
If they're purposely gonna crash into her like that, they're trying to murder her.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
that's intentional. There's some intent
Well,
there.
that's not what I thought she was saying. I thought we were finding out that she.
Oh.
She's been dead the whole time.
Dun, dun, dun.
The love did a beautiful job, but I was like, "Oh, okay." Sorry, this is what happens when you leave the room and go to the bathroom. Sorry.
There. How dare you be a human?
My bladder couldn't wait.
Like I had to.
So yeah.
This seems like we should streamline it. 'Cause, 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 'cause,
Maybe take just or out. Spirit.
Barrett.
Barrett, welcome, welcome. About is another crutch word.
Yes. So maybe let's reword that too.
Yeah. So let's do. So we've already used gripped. We've used hand. We've used fingers. Like
Can I ask, do we need this? Do we need that part?
That's a good question. I guess I'm trying to see how to create that moment that it's about to happen. And
I think she should close her eyes. I liked what Eva said.
I wouldn't close my eyes. That's
she wants to see what it is first.
And then maybe she'll be shocked you didn't die.
Because she still has to react when
Okay.
her
Fine.
she was about to make a move, a last ditch effort to save herself.
You can't save yourself if you close your eyes, Nia.
Yeah.
And then,
Yeah,
and
but
then
she
seeing
didn't have
him,
to. They eventually moved, so I was
he's
like, well,
playing chicken. He's playing chicken with her. So
Yeah.
really, at the last second, he moves out of the way.
but she don't know that he's going to do that.
But she has to now like reverse course, and that's what causes her to skid off to the side of the mountain where she ends up.
Okay, so we're trying to leave out the word just. What word? Body tense, muscles pulled tight over bones.
I'm trying to do the brace for impact thing.
Mm-hmm. So Eva's saying touch is being used a lot here when sound and sight would be what we'd notice in the moment.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe she trying to brake? If she screeches on the wheel, if you might on the brake, you might hear that.
Well, she slams the brakes after in a moment, in a bit.
We have the honking of the horn. We had the rain and the music at the beginning.
Mm-hmm. The other thing I would do is she still honking the horn? Like, is she laying on the horn at this point? Because
no, she tried that already.
So she's only
She's
doing
given up on it.
knuckle.
Oh, then we can we can have her like really
do that lay on it thing where you're like that thing.
Yeah,
because honestly, I would be at that point. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Because if it needs more sound, the other sound would be like. So she's still breaking, right?
Not yet. She hasn't slammed her feet on the brakes yet. Her foot. And to answer Morgan, that she said, why did her car skid if she didn't swerve? She was literally about to swerve out of the way, but when he actually moved, then she was in the midst of swerving and then had to swerve back. Ignore your last question. And Eva says she could pound the horn, lay on it. She could be beating it and moving with the pounding as she's scared and frustrated. She's trying to will this truck to stop from the driver's seat of her car.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Esther has a good one. Where how she can get the eyes closed. That gives you another sensory.
Did not close your eyes.
Well, I think a lot of people do. I don't know if this.
They just want to accept that you're going to die.
Yes.
Even try to help
I'm moving.
No.
And they're just
but then she won't see that he moves out of the way at the last second.
She says that the screech of the truck tires is what startles her into swerving and maybe opening the eyes. When
Okay.
impact doesn't happen, instead of it's screeching. But JC's like, I'm not closing my eyes. I'm watching.
I mean, it's not my story.
I mean, some people are not eye closers. They're like to the last hint of a second. You know, I'm trying to save myself. But there are people like we talked about this with our kids. Like one of my kids is like, no, if there's a zombie apocalypse, it's too hard to stay alive. I'm just going with the zombies. He's like, it's too much work. So some people are like, nah, like that's it.
Well, she actually skids alongside the mountain. So that's what ends up being what like she rams into on the side of her passenger seat.
Hmm.
Okay.
Morgan.
Yeah. All
like
right.
a
So
roll.
does she have a mountain on one side and a cliff on the other? Maybe is that why she's the only options are the two lanes?
And it's like a trees with a slight cliff off, like a ditch on the other side. So on the left side, which is the opposite side of traffic, trees
Mhm.
and a ditch area, and then on her right side, on her passenger side, is the mountain.
So running off the word that makes the running off the word not an option. Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, I was busy
See,
reading a
JC, she
comment.
is trying to
Oh no.
survive.
Go ahead.
Yes, this will still be up. And yay for
Hi,
helping
teacher.
parents.
Yes.
I'll be back.
It's a character act on instinct and think later type of person.
I feel like she kind of like is more that she acted out of just instinct survival and then processes after what just happened.
Okay. All right, then maybe she's not an eye closer.
JC.
I didn't say anything.
Because the thing is, I honestly like had a moment. I remember having a moment in Missouri where a car came at me and turned left when they weren't supposed to, and I was going fully straight, and I had to yank the wheel off one side to the other and then back. And I did that, I don't even know, on instinct. It was just
Mm-hmm.
a moment. So I'm kind of remembering that moment that was a blur, and my instincts just kicked in.
I know all of my near-death experiences. My eyes were open.
Oh, I'm sure I've had some closed eyes
I
moments.
say all of them like it's been a whole lot. But more than there should have been. But
When the trekkie pulled out of the way.
On instinct, I cranked the wheel over to avoid collision, but corrected path further away. Hold.
right, Morgan.
Oh, out of okay.
Yeah.
Boy, running into a summer like that, instincts really do kick in. I'd be dead if I didn't have closed my eyes.
Scale carton.
Let's see. Just yesterday, my husband
Yeah.
was at a stoplight, and the road in front of him had moving traffic, and one lane turned in front of the other. Wasn't even close to avoiding the accident. A car turned into a truck. All people walked away from the accident. My husband was within feet, but was unaffected. It's intense. Accidents are
Oh
so
my
intense.
gosh! Thank goodness
They
he's
are.
okay. And
Yes.
everyone else
Funny
too.
color.
But wow,
Thank God he walked away.
yes.
Okay. So this could probably still use some work, but we're going to move on.
Do it.
Okay. My tire skidded on the wet pavement. Hydroplaning beyond my control.
Mhm,
How the heck do you spell hydroplaning?
mhm.
So when you hydroplane, my stomach just goes like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh.
Yes.
So-
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
I like that. Yes. But we have control again. Oh, okay.
Yep.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
So you say a blur of shadowed images speed past my windows. Could you describe the images?
So pretty much I'm thinking since it's nighttime and in that hydroplaning rush, the trees are just kind of like these blurred images, I was thinking. But we could take that out. Because of the speed, there wasn't anything clear that she could see.
Uh-huh.
And it's still raining.
Yes. So even more so, it's kind of like obstructing the view. Mm. Ooh,
Shadowed blurs of tall wind-whipped trees sped past my windows.
I like.
Trying
So
to
then,
maintain control of the car, my entire body locked in place. I think she already locked in place
yeah, so
a
we need
couple
a,
times before.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So how do I meant to trying to explain
My
how
body froze.
tense the
Braced.
tension. Mm. Yeah, that's gotta.
I like
Mm.
onomatopoeia.
Mm.
I like those too.
Mhm.
So we have the crunch and this. So would it be like something huge hit my passenger side?
Well, what she felt hit is that she's actually skidding against the mountain,
Uh
and
huh.
that's on her
Mm.
passenger side. What's the crunching and what's being like?
So is it multiple rocks hitting it? Is it just a slab?
So it could be multiple rocks.
So so it sounds like multiple things hitting at the same time.
Yeah.
And a screeching, maybe
Scraping.
a scraping down the side of the car with also like giant pieces of rock that are going pop, that are pedaling her car.
Mm.
Or
And maybe
scrape them
maybe
back.
she's bumping on some also, so she's like feeling the bump and the scrape, the whole, yeah. Because I imagine that the mountain's not even, so there's got to be chunks of the mountain that are just hitting more like boom,
Mm-hmm.
not just smooth, where it's just like if it were going across a building where it's like that straight scrape. It's got to be a bumpier kind of scrape because it's a mountain where one part's smooth and then boom, boom, boom again.
Mm-hmm.
However you describe that, because that was like messy description.
So I have the car screamed as multiple impacts hit my passenger side. Um, a rain.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. Mm.
Yes.
So a rain of debris hailed down the roof. There are thuds. I don't know if they would echo, reverberate.
Mm.
Ooh, I like that word.
Reverberating through the chest. So, trying to maintain control of the car, my entire body braced. Crunch. The car screamed as multiple impacts hit my passenger side. A rain of debris hailed down on the roof, their thuds reverberating through my chest. I slammed my foot on the brakes. I thought she already had because she was hydroplaning.
Also,
Yeah,
I was
I
just saying,
didn't
you could
mention.
say my.
break
Oh,
break
she
spelled
said
wrong,
my.
by the way.
Oh yeah.
It's
She could
BRAKES.
She could
Oh.
say that her foot continued pressing like floor.
She
You know how
pumped the
your
brakes?
foot presses. I don't know if she'd be pumping it or just on them, like laying on them, because we call it laying on the brakes, kind of like you lay on the horn. That's when
Yeah.
it's constant all the way as hard as you can get it. So maybe she's there.
Because before she so she hit the brakes that caused the hydroplaning, and then now with all the thud going on, she really somehow lays on the brakes.
I mean, slam. Torso shot forward with the momentum, then slammed back. We used slam already. Dang it.
Oh,
My torso shot forward with the momentum.
and I put slam twice
back.
I was about to say slammed 3 times.
because I slammed my foot on the brake. So gotta change.
Torso shot forward. No, not that slam.
Maybe
Not that slammed.
I mean,
you could,
slammed
she
on
could
the
say,
brake.
you could say I pressed. Wait, oh gosh, that is a lot of slam.
Snap.
Then snap back from the circle.
That's a lot of slam.
So have the airbags deployed.
I didn't think about that.
Because if she's hydroplaning, is she hitting, like, is her car moving as she's bumping again? Like, is it more of a spin hydroplane, or has it hit the wall and just going straight down?
It was like a spin, and then it went da 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 da.
At what point would I'm trying to think, usually it's some type of impact that lets the airbags know this is the deployment. So
It's
is it
an
that
old
final?
Subaru. It's an old Subaru. Would it have?
Depends on how old it would. Subaru is supposed to be one of the safest vehicles.
Oh,
So
okay.
I would say that they probably did for quite a while, or at least since airbags were a thing. Subaru is like one of the ones that they talk about being one of the longevity safest cars.
So they would
it
have had to
could
deploy it
be,
earlier.
if it had the right impact, depending on the age, when cars, like, the impact that causes airbags to pop out kind of like improved over time. But at some point it was just that front. You know what I mean? That front impact. So if that happens last, that could be a good point. Like, there's that boom hit, and then, or it'll be almost simultaneous, where boom, she stops and the airbag punches her, if you want to use the airbag. Some vehicles, once the airbag's been used, if it hasn't been redone properly, it won't redeploy. So there's also that. But that's just a lot of extra. That's a lot of extra detail that you don't need, that I've done research on.
Do you want to deal with the airbags being deployed in the car? Then they have to get that redone.
I mean, I'm guessing the reader would question why they didn't go off if I don't mention it.
Especially if she mentions it's a Subaru. Someone's going to be like,
She did earlier. Yeah, she does earlier in the novel.
Let me just Google Subarus and airbags really quick.
I will make note that we don't have to do it now, because I'm guessing we'd have to bring it up further, like
whenever it hits, like when
that would have to
a solid hit, even if the vehicle doesn't stop all the way, when it solidly hits that mountain, maybe it deploys and she might still be, scraping down, not quite stopped yet.
All right.
Depends on how much momentum she had on that hydroplane.
So I made note of that. Okay.
Awesome. So that's something good to look into.
Mm-hmm.
So the seatbelt, I'm assuming it's going to be cutting into her and bruising her.
Mm. Yeah, because it like slams her back and
Okay. So sounds filtered through a tunnel. I first registered the rain crashing against the car. Next was my heart, the beating of it prominent in my temples. Like a violent wave, I began to shake from head to toe. Holding my hands out in front of me, I made them into fists to control the trembling. My chest rose and fell in a staccato rhythm. The back of my eyelids heated up, instantly flooding with tears. I looked around and felt a twinge in the middle of my back, but chose to ignore it for now. The truck was gone. No other cars were in the area. I made sure to lock my doors, then look for my phone. It wasn't in the cup holder. It must have flown out. I spotted it on the passenger's side door, laying face down. I unbuckled my seatbelt and reached over the console, which caused a sharp ache that stopped my breath. After a moment, I stretched over and grabbed my phone from the floor, straightening back up in my seat, my muscles fighting back.
you can just focus on the first part of that. That's just like all the sensory now coming back to her after the crash and the stop.
Okay. Sound filtered through a tunnel. I like that image.
Oh yay.
Really quick, I'll let you know, Desiree, that Subaru started using side airbags in 1997. So if you don't want to worry about the side, just make it a little bit older than that.
Oh, okay.
That way you only have to worry about that front one.
Side and then... Got it. Oh.
This is how I fall down rabbit holes. It's so easy.
I will, Jess. No, I definitely will because I saw a lot of great suggestions. So I'm definitely going to go back and read through them on the replay.
Does she black out for a second, or is just her stunned? It's everything stopped. That
More
stunned
stunned.
everything stopped.
Yeah, it's more stunned.
Okay.
I like.
It's like that moment where everything was just, it happened so quickly and then suddenly everything starts kind of coming back in reality.
Mm-hmm.
My vision hazed and sound filtered through a tunnel. Oh my gosh. Regaining. Just like regaining my senses or coming back to myself, or like, how would you?
Regaining, coming,
Did she ever get knocked unconscious?
No,
No.
she said no,
No,
I'm
no.
just stunned. Just that shock.
Mhm.
Regaining her composure? Or I don't.
Regaining composure. I first registered the rain crashing against the car. Next was my rapid heart. I guess I don't need it. Next was my heart. The rapid beating of it was prominent in my temples. Like a violent wave, I began to shake from head to toe. Holding my hands out in front of me, I made them into fists and to control the trembling. I don't know. Usually it's you ball them into fists.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Yeah.
Can't.
Yeah. What?
I was gonna say I would go. The sentence I first registered the rain crashing against the car. Um, I don't know if you flip it around to say the rain crashing against the car was the first thing I registered because it says regaining composure. The rain crashing against the car was that sounded better in my head than when I said it out loud. Never mind.
Okay.
Okay, just Eva. Eva says sound filtered through a tunnel as I heard the rain hitting the car.
But she's not in a tunnel, right?
No,
No.
it's that when you
It's
come
like that.
out of when you come out of that shock moment and like everything is like quiet and subtle and you're just like realizing what that like I know what the things are, but I don't have the words for them. But that
But
feeling.
no, yeah.
We've all had it. We've all had that.
Mm-hmm.
How about the rain crashing against the car? Not came into focus, but like not rasterized.
I like regaining composure.
Yeah.
You didn't like that?
Maybe the rain crashing against the car helped her to somehow say it helped her to regain her composure. Like, okay, this is where we're at. This is what's going on.
Or regaining composure. I heard the rain crashing against the car. I don't know. I don't know. Let me go back into the shadows.
What workshopping is we toss out ideas.
Yeah. So my vision hazed and sound filtered through a tunnel.
I like that.
The rain crashing against the car solidified first. Next was my heart. The rapid beating of it was prominent in my temples. Like a violent wave, I began to shake from head to toe. Holding out my hands in front of me, I balled them into fists to control the trembling. My aching chest rose and fell in a staccato rhythm. It had to be bruised.
We could end it there.
Okay.
I think we got some good stuff.
Yeah. I like.
I've got a lot to play with the sound of the rainbow.
The sound of the rain brought a peace that allowed me to regain my composure.
But if it's crashing, that's not peaceful. Because there's peaceful rain and then there's rain that's not peaceful. Crashing means crashing.
So if you want her to be regaining peace with the rain, I would change the crashing to like the pattering or
Yeah.
a different adjective.
A different comment was about the radio still going. Could be a slower ballad playing, kind of like.
Oh, and Lady A could still be playing if it's a long song, or maybe if
kind
you
of
got
bring it back full circle. Can play with that. I'm gonna write.
So there are two ways you can go usually. You can go sympathetic and unsympathetic.
Mm-hmm.
So it could be playing something somber now to be with how she's feeling.
Mm-hmm.
Or it could be like she's still singing her happy summer song.
Yeah.
They just went through this traumatic experience.
That would be a fun. Yeah, I'm picturing that in like an actual movie scene.
Yeah. So you could go either way. You could go sympathetic or non-sympathetic and just have it be happy, happy, joy, joy. And so she like jams the power and turns off the radio.
Oh no. Now you've gotten Ren and Stimpy in my head. Okay.
Awesome.
I have to search for the cartoon.
The sound of the rain echoed in the car like a filtered tunnel. My vision blurred and disoriented.
Mm-hmm. So much. I'm definitely going to go over all these in the replay, guys. Thank you so much.
Mm-hmm.
Seriously.
Yeah, those are good. Some good suggestions too. I like it.
Our little writer community. I love it.
I just need to know what happens next, Desiree.
I know.
You not keep me in suspense. Like,
Excellent. Yes.
Right, so how long of a timer did we want for a break to get some water, recoup?
And then come back.
Yeah.
finish dinner. Finish dinner. Okay.
How long do
I'm
you
gonna
want
pop
those?
We
some
like the
popcorn.
comments, Jess. Maybe a 20-minute break, and then we can hit JC's, and we can do mine next time. We can
For
do mine.
15
Oh,
minutes?
yes, if yours is ready, go ahead.
Oh, mine's not ready. That's why I was like, I'm gonna work on it during
I'm
the
We can
nervous
do
break.
a 15-minute, maybe?
20.
Roy,
20
Roy
Love
is
your
so
comments,
good.
Jess.
No, don't be. Yeah, I do not
I
apologize
love
for
the
all the
comment.
comments. The comments were really great. Seriously. I have a lot of things. I wrote notes. Don't worry, guys.
Okay. I found a 20-minute timer.
Excellent. Let's
What time
hydrate.
are we going till
Merrick.
like 10? Is that the plan to go till like 10? Is that
She
She
However,
said,
yeah, I can go for 3 hours. Oh, wait. I will play with you in just a second.
he's so cute.
You're gonna get your
I'm
time.
not pointing at him. He's like he's so patient. He's
it
adorable.
says, Mom, I need attention.
Exactly. Look
My
at him.
turn.
Look at him.
Why, look at the precious pupper.
Oh, he is adorable.
I know. I just want to cuddle him.
All right. Find water. Save your documents. We'll be back. Fix dinner. And 3, 2, 1, go.
See you soon.
Okie dokie.
I have popcorn.
Cool. I had ice cream.
Ooh, nice. What kind?
Vanilla with chocolate sauce and sprinkles.
Oh my God, so classic. I love it. Nick's having some white chocolate Reese's cup.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, I don't know if I've ever tried the white chocolate ones.
Always knew.
My daughter loves it.
Really?
But she's eating all the treats now.
He's like, yes, give me.
It's the last one, dude. That's the end of the bag.
No
It's going through
more,
all of it.
Roy. No more.
So the next piece is JC's.
JC,
So
don't run away from us.
she shared a couple pages.
Sorry. Still trying to get dinner finished.
Oh, dude.
There.
That's
Dinner is
a-
popcorn for me so far.
oh.
Very healthy, yes.
I'm ready to be torn apart.
Whatever.
You start hearing the smoke alarm go off, it's because I'm burning something in the oven.
Let's not.
We'll understand if you have to go leave.
It's just garlic breadsticks. That's all.
Ooh, yummy.
Oh, garlic bread
Sounds
doesn't take that
delicious.
long, so keep an eye out. If the garlic bread doesn't take very long, so keep an eye out for it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Prompt to
What
that.
just said.
What did Jess say? I don't know.
That your writing is great, JC. I don't know what you are talking about.
Exactly.
It's not. My descriptions are not great.
Everybody has something.
We all have our strengths.
And I have lots of weaknesses.
Well, it's nice when you can tell what they are, so you know what to work on.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait,
So I'm gonna read the non-highlighted parts as well, just so we can get a feel of what tone we're going for the description.
do you want me to tell you what the scene is, or tell the audience what the scene is about?
Yes, please.
Okay, so she's just got a phone call from her father to come to his house. Her ex, who abandoned her and their child years and years ago, has come back and is trying to, I guess, claim her. And it's been years. She's angry because he left without a note, without saying anything. So, and she's engaged to be married to someone else now. So there's anger, rage, and he's a very well, you'll discover as the scene goes on that there are things in their past relationship that were not so great. So, so contents warning, there's might be some domestic violence mentioned. Okay.
Good to know. Good to know. And yes, go, JC, go.
Oh, Barrett is the cheerleader everyone needs.
Are you talking, Nia? No. Okay.
No, Loki.
She's probably talking to Loki.
Exactly.
Okay. So we are working on the descriptions on the highlighted bits. Okay.
Yes,
So
and there are a couple.
to get to them, we are going to read the rest of it as well.
Okay.
When I got to my dad's house, I didn't waste any time walking up the driveway and ringing the doorbell. I wasn't really in a rush. Is it? How do you spell his name? How do you pronounce
It's
it?
Javon.
Javon. Thank you. Like, I don't think it's Javon. Okay. Just needed to get this over with and completely get him out of my life for good. The doorbell didn't even finish its chimes and my dad was already opening the door. He didn't say anything, He held the door open and stepped aside so I could walk through. I paced myself as I walked through the foyer and into the living room. When I saw him standing there, I nearly fainted. He was just as I remembered him. A little older, obviously, but he had the same tall, slender build with mahogany skin, and his hair was braided back in cornrows. He still dressed as if he were trying to appear as though he had money, but you could always see the gang tattoos up and down his arms and hands, and the ones on his neck were a big giveaway. He stood there smiling, like everything was normal. He started walking towards me, and even though my dad was holding me up, keeping me from passing out from shock, I pushed myself backwards because I didn't want him anywhere near me.
You can always remove the highlight. I just highlighted it so you would know the points where I need it.
Sounds good. It'll keep me in check. Okay. When I saw him standing there, I nearly fainted. So, is he standing there cockily, or how is he standing?
I would say he's standing there confident, like he knows he's going to get what he wants. Because in his mind, he always gets what he wants.
Okay. So, when you are about to faint, what are the physical symptoms that happen?
I don't know. Oh, okay. Ooh. I mean, I guess dizziness, blood rushing. But does it rush to your head, or I don't? I'm thinking lightheadedness. Barrett, thank you.
So I'm Googling fainting symptoms, and I have dizziness, lightheadedness, a pale face, perspirations, heightened anxiety and
That's
restlessness,
it. Clammy things.
collapse, unconsciousness for a few seconds. Oh no.
Okay.
Okay. So
Yeah, like Nick
Maybe
said.
all the sounds around her start to she can't. But I said I was directionally challenged. Descriptionally challenged. I'm sorry. I'm directionally challenged too, but that's a whole nother story. Sounds tunnel. I don't know. Can you say like everything around her faded away or something? I don't know. What does that sound? Maybe that does. Oh, Bonnie, I like that. She said, I saw him standing there and my head got dizzy. A million things went through my mind. I nearly fainted. But are we still, well, I don't know. Huh.
muffled noise. This is Roy making noise right now. He wants to
Look,
You like lightheadedness. I do like lightheadedness.
2 bags, sir.
You had a lot of treats, Mr.
Loki is saying give Roy more snacks.
Oh,
They would work together.
they're in cahoots.
They are.
Doggies unite. Okay. The world tunnel zeroing. Ooh, I like that. Zeroing in on his smug face. Oh yes, that's perfect. Because it is smug. At least the way I'm envisioning the scene.
Uh-huh. Okay. He was just as I remembered him. A little older, obviously, but he had the same tall, slender build with mahogany skin. And his hair was braided back in cornrows. Okay.
I was trying so hard not to use the word chocolate.
So does he have muscle, like lean muscle under his clothes?
Yes,
Okay.
I could have described that better. Couldn't. Yeah, he's slender, but he's got a little lean muscle to him.
Uh-huh.
Also, was his hair always braided in cornrows, or is this a new thing that he showed up in?
No, always.
Oh, God.
He's still dressed as if we're trying to appear as though he. Okay. So for this, I would do something like his lean muscles were discernible through his. Are they expensive clothes or?
They look expensive. Oh, the bots. Oh goodness.
They really love AuthorTube. They just
I
keep going.
know. They look expensive, but you know how you can tell when someone is not wearing the real thing, but they're trying to look like they're wearing the real thing.
Right, knockoffs.
Do you have any mods in chat, Laura?
I don't know. I'm trying to look. I don't have YouTube open.
Oh, okay.
Barrett is a mod. Hold on, wait. I think I am too. Wait, hold on. Let me see.
Yeah, put user in timeout. Report.
Reported.
I stuck to me. He was just as I remember him. Lean muscles were discernible through his expensive knockoffs, or his no, not. Uh, I don't know. Maybe I guess I wanted to give off the sense that he puts on a lot of fake or of facade for other people, but it's not really real. She can see through it, all that.
So he's wearing. So sorry, I missed that. He's wearing knockoffs or no?
Yeah, it's how someone wears expensive looking clothes, but you know that they're not the real thing. So yeah, he's
Expensive looking knockoffs.
I can work
Is
with
that
that.
the right way to say that?
I can work with that.
Oh,
His
I was
wannabe
I was
designer
like, they used to
clothes.
say that they used to call them like posers and stuff like that. There's like names that they give to people who fake like they've got stuff that they don't. Like they just buy the fake stuff.
Mm, and yet that's better. See,
Want to be a designer? I love it.
That's Tiffany.
I love it.
Yeah,
Okay.
Tiffany wrote that.
Tiffany always would have win.
Mhm.
So since we have the wannabe designer clothes, we get the sense that he's trying to appear that he has money.
Right, so you don't have to say that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Got it.
The gang tattoos up and down his arms and hands. I don't think you need the apostrophe for that.
Oh,
Yes, right.
Bonnie.
oh.
Okay. So maybe. Why? Something like tattoos. Spell how? Tattoo snakes up. But
Ooh.
snake.
Oh,
Down onto his. Are they massive hands? Calloused hands?
I did not think about that. um, I mean,
Old
not
and weathered?
massive, huh?
Are they old and weathered? Callous.
No,
Does he work with his hands doing stuff, or
Or are they maintained like?
are they manicured?
Mm-hmm.
well manicured. Yes, we can go with that. He definitely does not do any hard labor. Not face, neck.
Oh, Roy. Why? Okay.
Ooh, Tiffany. Bleeding down those hands that could cause so much pain.
Ooh.
No, I don't want to. I don't want to give that away yet.
Oh, okay.
Okay. He stood there smiling, like everything was normal. He started walking towards me, even though my dad was holding me up, keeping me from passing out from shock. I pushed myself backwards because I didn't want him anywhere near me. I think we need to break this up into at least 2 sentences.
Hmm.
So there's no normal. Um, started walking towards me. Period. Even my dad was still holding me up. Hmm. What was I typing?
So, when your dad is holding you up, I assume he's holding you up from behind, like you fell back into him. But then you
Uh,
pushed backwards.
started walking towards me. Keep moving past me. Um, I guess I'm like he kind of has his hand around her waist or something. Like,
Or at the shoulders, just
no,
Justin? No?
no.
Okay.
So, is she desperately pushing herself back? Or angrily?
Um, she has a little bit of fear. I wouldn't know. I wouldn't say it's desperate.
Okay.
And she, like I said, she's still very angry and has some built up rage.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like seeing him brings back all of the stuff from the past that she's been trying to forget and let go of. So
Something like that, maybe? Really?
I like that. That's so much shot. Railing I pushed back to board because I didn't want him. Yeah, I like that.
No. And maybe not.
Not wanting him anywhere near me.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Yes. Yes, I like that a lot.
Yay. Sir! Why?
Roy likes it too. Roy likes it too.
Go get it. Okay.
Mhm.
Let's see. Okay. So Jess says, Dad's hands held me up on my shoulders. The last male reference before the final sentence is the dad, so the him needs to be clarified.
Mm.
Excellent points. My editors always point those out. They're like, at him. It's like, isn't it obvious?
Yeah, I was about to say it's kind of obvious because she just said my dad is holding me up. So well, okay.
So we have to figure out who him is.
Nick.
The last him was dad.
Nick just reminded me. I totally forgot. It's in the oven still.
The garlic bread.
I'm back. 1 second.
Okay.
No, I don't want to. I don't want to put his name there. I just want to. I want to keep it him. I'll be back.
Okay. So maybe something like her placing where her father's been this whole time. When she comes back, we can ask like my dad who was like where he was, either standing beside me or behind me or something. He started walking toward me. It's like that bread is so burned.
I think she's to answer Bonnie's. I think she's still on her feet. He's just holding her up from like kind of like passing out, like not like actually lifting her. At least I'm assuming from what's described that he's not actually lifting her up. He's just kind of like holding her up from falling. Is that how you read it, Desiree?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Holding her by the waist. How did he feel? Yeah. So and then kind of like that almost involuntary like step back because you're not wanting. You're instinctively trying to like create space between you and this person.
Yeah. Even if you're not quite steady on your feet, you still want to push that distance.
Mm-hmm.
So is the sweater breaking free so that we know she's not backing up into her dad?
Breaking free.
Okay. Well.
Garlic bread, okay?
Nope. I had to put 2 more pieces in there because my daughter apparently wants to wait until it's finished.
With the pushing, does she touch him when she pushes? Or is she
Well, she's
just
backing
like,
into
She's
him,
not
right?
near her. She's trying to keep him from coming
Okay.
here.
Pushing. I lost my place. I
Wait, this changed.
paper.
How long until your bread is ready?
I don't even know anymore.
Like, how many minutes should it take? Like 4?
I forgot what the box said. I'm so deflated that I burned 2 pieces.
All right, I'm setting a timer for 10 minutes. And then you can go check on it.
Yeah, go check. Also, I put mine in a Google Doc and it because I'm working pages, so it made it a whole block. So I have to actually work through and separate it. Have you ever done that? Like copy and paste something and it's like, oh, this is a giant block.
Yeah.
So I'm like, don't really want to do that.
So she was asking about the breaking free. I pushed myself backward, not wanting him anywhere near me.
So she's not.
Well, she's not breaking free. Her dad is holding her up.
He's still holding her up. So she does have to, like, in some way touch to do the push. Because otherwise she's pulling away from him or she's pushing away from him.
She's leaning against her dad.
Like into him, his back into him?
You know how you faint? Well, she was about to faint. He caught her, but he's still kind of holding her up to keep her from losing her bounce. You know.
Right. So she's on her feet. That's what we gather. She's still on her feet, but he's holding her up. But how is she pushing away?
No, see that Morgan.
I pushed myself
her
back.
dad's holding her. There is some confusion there. It's
Okay,
her
there is.
dad, not the man who's walking
Yeah,
towards her.
Javon is trying to walk towards her, and so she's pushing herself
Oh,
backward to stay away from him. She's not anywhere. She's not near him. He's across the room.
okay. It's just when I, again, because my brain, when I envision pushing, this is what I'm seeing. So when you say push, I'm thinking, who's she pushing? That's why.
Well, because you know how when you, if someone's coming near you and you like push yourself backwards so that they get the point not to keep coming
Okay.
towards you.
So
Know,
you
you
took a
saw
step, but she took a step backwards.
okay.
Yeah.
Guess we could put it that way.
Okay.
I took a
So
I took a step backward, not wanting him anywhere near me.
Yeah. Because I like the way it, yeah, reeling, I took a step backwards, or reeling, I stepped backwards.
Where I stepped
I
back.
guess you wanted to use push because you want to do it, make it more intense than just a step, right? Is that what you're trying to?
Because it's a
More intense
tense
than a step.
situation.
Really, I
So,
I
okay,
maybe
so
curved myself backwards, or you know,
Um,
pulled
yeah,
myself.
okay, I see the confusion. Yeah,
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I do too. Because people are.
because are you because then it doesn't clarify whether she's trying to she wants not she sorry not wanting the him anywhere near her, whether it's her father or Javon. So to
You could
clarify
say
who
that
she
guy, so
doesn't
it's clear
want
it's
near
not her
her.
dad. Say that guy, so it's
no,
clear it's not her dad.
Not wanting that man anywhere or something.
well, she says his name earlier.
Oh,
mhm.
so we can
Because
say his name. Oh, you just don't want to say the dad's name.
You know, I mean, because she doesn't go around calling her dad by his
Right.
first name.
Okay,
yeah,
so maybe Javon then. Not wanting
No, I
Javon
don't.
name.
I don't want to put it right there.
But you don't want to?
but we're trying to clarify who she doesn't want near her because the reader is
Well, when it
confused.
says he started walking towards me, the he is him. I kind of
But
thought
But
my
that was
then
dad,
you say dad, and so now he is referring to dad because
okay. But it
dad is
says
the
he
last
started
name.
walking towards me. My dad, hold up, I can't.
held
Towards
me
me.
back, held me up by the waist, keeping me from passing out from shock. Reeling, I pushed myself backward a step, not wanting him. So it could
That
be,
is
it could
why I
sound
was
like she
wondering
doesn't
if
want
she was
her
pushed
father
away
anywhere
from his
near
dad.
her.
Okay.
There's a little confusion there. Does she not want her father anywhere near her or this man?
Like she,
Is the
it,
him?
like if
I
she
guess
not
I
wanting
just didn't want to. I just didn't want to repeat his name too many times. So I was trying to not be repetitive with his name.
Well, I haven't seen it
Okay.
again since like here.
Yeah, that's a
So
while.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but she says it a lot when you go further down. So,
Oh,
So then further down,
I
his
would
name.
call him that man or that jerk if you want to, so that we know it's not the dad.
unless you
You don't
put
want.
Javon started walking towards me, my dad helped.
No, because it's the after part that creates the confusion. Because after he holds her back from reeling, she pushes backward a step, not wanting the him there
Yeah.
is the one that gets confused, whether it's her father or Javon.
But I don't. Okay, I don't understand why it's confusing. But okay.
No, yeah, no, I caught it after a couple people mentioned it because they were confused. Even Morgan was confused, and then the dawdling writer, is that Jules?
Mm-hmm.
Jules?
yeah,
Yep.
Um, yeah, she was also confused about the way it is phrased now makes it seem like she's pushing away from her dad. So to
because
create
she
the
doesn't want to be near the
Yeah.
dad.
When I first read it, I was like,
Mhm.
why is she pushing her dad away now as he's holding her
Yeah.
up? That's what I thought. That's why I was like, wait a minute.
It's the whole like I think it's called dangling participle. I don't
Yeah,
know.
it's
It's
because
bullshit.
if also if Javon is not near her, but you've got the dad holding her up, and then she's pushing away from him. It's like her dad's holding her, so she's pushing away from someone. Would it be the person who's holding her
Touching
up?
her.
No,
Yeah. So maybe
it's
she's just reeling away from Javon.
Yeah.
But you don't want to say Javon. You don't want to say. I would
I
call him
didn't,
that
but
man. That man, that monster.
that wouldn't make sense for her to say that man.
Okay.
Okay, we'll just say Javon.
In her voice, what would she call him other than Javon?
Like, what is she feeling towards him? Like, what is the personification of him in her mind? Like, what is?
We'll just say Javon.
The train wreck, the disaster, the
I
heartbreaker.
don't want to use any of that.
Okay.
We'll just call him Javon.
Okay.
Maybe she leans into her dad to shrink away from him, so we can distinguish that she's going to her dad, but away from, if you want to say him. Because I get the feeling that you're so disgusted with this Javon person that you don't want to use his name. You just referred to him as him, and like,
I just know how many times his name is going to be mentioned, and I just was trying to
but you
decrease
don't want to call him anything else.
times.
She
Um,
doesn't have any name in her head that she thinks of him, that she calls him. Now that
she
he's not a
tries
jerk.
not to think of him, so asshole. But I didn't really want to say.
I mean, if that's what she's thinking,
If that's how her, if that's
But
true,
that doesn't even. I pushed myself backward a step, not wanting that asshole anywhere near me. That doesn't sound right.
That's could still refer to the dad.
yeah, that's true.
yeah.
Yeah,
Can you
just say Javon. We're just gonna. I'll just have to take out some of the Javons later.
Okay.
okay.
So should we read this part to get to here?
Or do you want to summarize it, or
Oh, we can skip that part because that's a lot. I don't want Laura. That's a lot for Laura to read.
I know how to read, fortunately.
No, I know you know how to read. I wasn't saying.
I was like, I don't mind.
Look, I was like, I already went over the amount I was supposed to send anyway. Oh, I guess, dang, you are going to have the context. Shoot.
Yes. I'll read it fast.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry, everyone.
Oh, JC. That's fine. It's good. It's good.
Hello, Autumn. It's been a long time. His voice still sounded as smooth as butter. He could always charm anyone with the sound of his voice. Why are you here, Javon? I clung to my father as Javon tried to inch closer towards me. Baby, I came back because I missed you. I missed our son. You don't even know our son, and that was your choice. I pulled away from my father, feeling some strength grow into me. So it looks like you're pulling away a second time. But, I don't know. Whatever. Okay.
I mean, if you see something wrong, I was saying she pulled away from her father that time because he was still holding on to her, but she started to feel stronger and started to not feel so terrified and afraid. So she started to kind of be like, okay, I got it.
She's still being held.
Yeah, because she still kind of feeling weak.
Okay.
But she starts to get a little stronger.
Garlic bread.
Good. Go get your garlic bread. We'll read this. We'll read the. We can read it without her. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. You don't even know our son, and that was your choice. I pulled away from my father, feeling some strength grow within me. You didn't have to miss either of us. That was a choice you made, and you can't go back and change things. You can't stand here and act as if nothing happened. And if you didn't abandon me and your child, and I'm not your baby, you'll always be my baby, Autumn. The bond we share can't be broken. You can't tell me that you seriously forgot about me, about us. I turned to my dad and told him that he could go now, and I would be fine. I reassured him that I would be okay. Once he was clearly in the other room, even though it was just the kitchen, I stepped forward towards Javon, but still kept a good distance. Let me make something really clear, Javon. There is no us. There stopped being us the day you decided that I wasn't enough for you to stick around. That we weren't enough for you to stick around. You gave up any right you had to my love that day. There was no love left here for you anymore. I touched my hand to my heart, making my point clear. Whatever good feelings I had towards you have been long gone, and that was what was left. And that was left your was anger and rage. And now that I've seen you, now that you're standing right in front of me, and I can tell you exactly how I feel almost nothing for you at all. Autumn, you can't mean that. If you would just hear me out and listen to my explanation for why I had to leave. I got into a bit of trouble when the cops. Well, I had to keep the cops off my back, and I didn't want to lead them to you and Jason in. Save it, Javon. I don't want to hear it. Now. It's too late, and I'm not surprised that it's because you got into trouble. Whatever it is you did, keep it to yourself. I don't want to know. I don't want to be an accessory after the fact. Just let me tell you here and now. Wait, just tell me why you're here and why now. Baby, I'm here for you, for our son, for us. I'm not your baby, and there is no us. There will never be us again. In case you haven't noticed the ring on my finger, I'm getting married, and he's a wonderful father figure for Jason. I waved my ring finger at him, making sure he got a good look at it. You can't. You can't be marrying another man. You're mine. You were supposed to wait for me. And here we go.
Can you just read all of my work? I'm sorry.
I did. Stupid bots.
Yeah.
Yeah, Eva got him.
Oh, yeah, thank you, Eva.
Yay.
So, she is quite mad at this point, and in hysterics, it seems, but strong.
Yes.
Okay.
Standing her ground.
Feeling stronger by the second.
I couldn't control the laughter that I broke out in. You have got to be kidding me. You know I wasn't sure how I was going to feel seeing you again. I wasn't sure if I was going to burst into tears or try to physically harm you. You're pitiful. You know that. To think that I would still be here pining away for you, that I wouldn't find someone else to love again, someone that actually knows how to love and thinks about the other people besides themselves. He's good for me, and more than that, he's good for Jason. You treat me like shit back then, so why would I ever wait around for you? You're a selfish asshole who put your little gang of friends and that life before your family, before your son. We want nothing to do with you. I could see the anger rise up in him, his fist balled up at his side like he wanted to punch something or someone. Someone like me. Dun, dun, dun.
So I was trying to see if I conveyed not her anger, because her anger is starting to subside a little. She's starting to kind of, how do I say this, grow a backbone that she didn't have all those years ago. And
Oh, Bonnie, tell him how you feel.
Yeah.
yeah, she went on to say some other things but I guess I just wanted to know if I was capturing that. And then the part at the end with his anger rising up, I never quite know how to describe anger. Like, how do you describe someone's anger, that you can see someone's anger rising up in them?
Mm-hmm. So sometimes people like to use a simile for anger. So I could see the anger rise up inside him like something. Do you want to expound upon the anger that way?
Yeah, I mean, what would that what would that look like? Like, okay, because he's a
Is
very
the anger like a sudden flash? Is it rising like magma in a volcano? How is it rising?
he's very quick tempered. He's trying to kind of dull it down now because he's trying to appear like he's changed. But he's very quick tempered, and she starts to kind of see the flash of the same person that he was before. So I don't know if I answered the question, but mm, okay, Morgan, like a red hot poker in the fire. If I don't use it here, I'm gonna have to use it for something.
Mm.
I like that. I have a file of descriptive words to be used later, thanks to Tiffany. I could see the anger rise up inside of him, his eyes flashing like.
Like lightning, was that supposed to be?
Yes.
I was
I
like,
know how to
light
say
lightning. Light lightning.
Like, oh, I like that. Why can't I describe stuff like that?
It's called
But then
telepathy.
again, that's why I'm here.
Yeah, that's why you're
Now
here.
we're workshopping.
Yep. Learning how to do it.
And then, like, okay, his fist balled up his side. Okay. Like, is there another way to. You didn't do anything, Tiffany. I said I had a file of other descriptive text that I wanted to use, which I got from some stuff you gave me the other day. Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Damn. Damn, Laura. Wait. I'm not supposed to be writing this week. This makes me want to go write.
That's a good thing.
No,
Oops.
it's self-care week. To take
Yeah,
away
this month is more of a reading month
Mm,
because I have 2 books with editors, and when they come back, it's going to be
all the way.
crazy edits.
Yes. So you're letting your brain rest and just absorb.
Okay. I could see the boiling anger rise up inside of him, his eyes flashing like lightning, his fist balled up at his sides, crescent nails probably leaving indents in his flesh, like he wanted to punch something or someone. Something.
Yes. Look, why am I over here like physically balling my hands? Yes, that's exactly what it would do. Okay. Yes. I love that. Oh my God. Thank you, Laura. Okay.
But did he used to do that all the time too?
Yeah.
Mm.
Do you want to add like they used to?
Mm,
His fists balled up at his sides, crescent nails probably leaving indents in the flesh, like they used to.
So
yeah.
then that might throw off the like he wanted to punch something or someone.
Oh. Hmm. Someone like me.
Okay.
Is that all you think needed fixing?
I think the dialogue's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. I was ready for her to like rip it apart. Bracing myself.
Exhale.
Dialogue is one of my weaknesses. I know it.
Okay. I forgot how many highlighted sections there are, by the way.
So, let's see, we got 15 minutes, so let's just skip to this part.
Oh, yeah, because we got to get to Nia's. If you want to skip the rest and just maybe send me your notes, because
No,
I don't
I'm
Nia's
still. I have to send mine piece by piece unless I can figure out how to unclump it. It's annoying. But we can finish yours. We can do mine another time if you want to do it again next month. If Laura doesn't
Sure.
mind workshopping with us, we can do mine next month.
Yeah.
Cool. That'll give me time to actually. I'll probably just type it up in Google Docs or because this is annoying me. The whole having to separate. Yeah, that's what I've been doing. So I am paying attention. I promise. But
I know.
I'm also
You're
like,
good.
oh my gosh, I get it line by line.
Okay.
No man is going to replace me in my son's life. Do you understand me? He raised his voice and started moving closer to me. Okay, so I'm assuming this is menacingly.
Yes, it could be. We'll go with that.
This is not happy.
Mm-mm.
So I would change started moving to something more like stalked, something a
So
bit
it's
Mm.
more
stalking,
intense.
Ooh,
stalked,
I like. Yeah, yeah.
stalked closer to. Oh, oh yeah.
Stalked or prowled.
Oh, I like stalked.
Okay.
Lurked is a good one too. Lurked close. Something creepy.
Creepy crawly.
But I like stalk because stalk reminds you of a stalker, and that's the like
Exactly.
vibe. That's the vibes.
It's that eeriness that like
Yeah,
is walking towards you with that.
and you don't want.
Mm-mm.
I think we could elaborate on
Closer to her.
how his emotions have affected how he's acting. Or, I don't know. Is he wearing cologne?
Huh? I hadn't thought about that,
Ooh.
but
If
sure.
he is
Signature
wearing
scent,
cologne, like
right?
how is that affecting you as he's lurking, stalking?
Maybe the smell of the cologne is taking her back to.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
It's a similar scent that she remembers, and it brings back all this.
This is why we need Laura to ask us the
Now I
question.
got to go research cologne because I don't know any cologne names offhand. The scent of his cologne wafting
Closer.
up my nose.
Yes.
You can't say up my nose. That doesn't sound great. Okay. Yes, that word. And
Yes.
Mhm.
Laura's already got it. She's like, here we are.
gosh. And this is why you're so amazing, Laura. Taking
So
me
is
back.
it taking her back? The scent?
Yes.
Okay.
It's reminding her of when he used to use say
Even if we
intimidation.
don't give it away yet, but what is it that it's reminding her?
I mean, it's the times when he was violent with her
Hmm.
back in high school when they were together.
Do we want to reveal that right now or not yet?
Um. Oh, maybe not yet because there's
Yeah,
there's
I'm like, it's already good. So
there's
if you
further
don't,
down. There's a whole section when she talks about having to cover up the bruises that he gave her and all that, and that's kind of when and then you know instinctively that her father is in the next room. And her father never knew any of this. So this is the first time he's finding any of this out.
ooh,
So she doesn't like the scent, so now it's a cloying scent. Or is it
Yeah.
suffocating?
oh gosh,
I like Chloe, right? I'm like, wait, I didn't think of any of this. I had no idea.
and then you said suffocate. I'm like, wait a minute.
Well, because sometimes when you flooded with flashbacks of something traumatic, you do kind of feel like you're being suffocated. So I kind
Yeah,
of
so
get
suffocated might be the one, Laura.
All right.
suffocating me with memories of the past. I don't know. That sounds crazy.
The suffocating scent of his cologne enveloped me.
Swallow. Why can I not spout?
Because we just write the things.
I even had a tutor for years in elementary school for writing, spelling.
Yeah, no.
Oh, I like that too,
That's my
Tiffany.
best friend.
Tiffany wrote the scent of his cologne wafted toward her. The clawing smell reminds her of a past she worked hard to forget. But does that give it away?
You know, I want to save that one for another time.
Hmm.
Like,
Okay.
clip,
I like
you know what I
this
mean?
stuff.
You might need to might need that again. Like maybe he sneaks up on her one day and that smell like hits her. I don't know where your story's going, but
He dies later. But spoiler alert. Sorry. That's a surprise book.
also we're all like, yay.
Yeah. Oh shucks.
He's not that great of a guy. Okay. I like that. I like that a lot, actually. Oh my gosh.
Just then, my father came from out of the kitchen with an apple in one hand and a knife in the other.
Oh.
Oh, Nick made a
Because
good
he's in the
point.
kitchen, he can hear everything. She threatening my daughter. But he wants to let her handle things like she claims she can handle things on her own. So he just wants to let Javon know that he's there. He's in the next room. He's not far away.
Yeah, it's very middle school. That reminds me of Teen Boys too.
Does Axe do the knockoff sense? Because there are some cologne places, you see them at like Walgreens, where they do the knockoff of the
Cheap cologne, yes.
I don't know if Axe does a line of knockoffs. That would be fitting.
Sorry, Tiffany. Sit there, just drop that bomb like it's not.
Came out, apple in one hand, knife in the other.
I think she meant the bomb of he's not going to survive the book.
Oh, that part. Oh, yeah.
I mean, if you watch my editing vlog, you would know that because I say it in the vlog that he's not going to survive.
Okay. So I don't like just that.
Yeah, that part I'm trying to figure out how to.
Yeah.
So
You could say my father sprang from out of the kitchen or bolted from out of the kitchen. Like your father's coming hastily is what it is it, or is he just waltzing out? Like how
He emerged up, just lurking out of the. He's lurking in the kitchen.
okay,
So
so he's in the kitchen, so he's like not okay. Merged is good then.
no, you have those fathers that slowly come out of the woodwork like
Like,
this is something I need to handle.
Like I'm still here just in case.
I got a name etched in this knife. Okay. Autumn, do we have a problem here? Do I need to show Mr. Blackwell to the door? Oh. Javon turned towards my father and raised his voice even louder. I ain't going nowhere, man, until she lets me see my son. He turned back towards me and his nostrils flared so wide that if it were possible, smoke would have come out of them.
Yeah, I don't like that at all. I didn't know what.
The dragon! This is a fantasy now. I love it.
yeah, the genre.
That was a I need to get through this scene and I'm not gonna let this part hold me up moment.
Right.
I did that during the 10K. I have a lot of nonsense that I was just like,
It's like I went back to read that when I sent it to her. I was like, "What the heck was I saying? Like, what was that?" So yes, a better way to describe.
So has he been yelling the whole time, or
yeah,
is he
that part
walking
also.
up to here?
Oh wait, okay, because he.
Yeah. Is it voice
Yeah, that's a good point.
is the voice
Is he-
escalating?
Yeah, maybe escalating because he wasn't raising his. He was. I guess he wasn't. I don't know why. See again. I don't know why I said that. I mean, he did raise his voice to her father, but I don't want to make it sound like he had been.
But the even louder
Is
part,
he
yeah.
yelling now?
Yeah, that's why I was like, huh?
Is he yelling now?
He's yelling now. He wasn't yelling before. He was more talking to her in an intimidating way before. So, yeah, maybe just raising his voice, not even louder, because obviously he was.
Yeah. Did you say raising his voice earlier? I just want to make sure in the
No.
tone high. Okay.
No, because he wasn't.
Voice is here.
Oh
He
shoot!
raised his voice. Yeah. Okay. I thought I
Oh.
had heard it. Okay.
Oh damn! I look. See, we remember what I write.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. I'm glad you caught it. I didn't.
I'm like I thought I heard it, but let me because I can't always read, so I when I hear it, I make sure I get it.
Do you want to say he yelled?
Yeah. Wait. And
Devon turned towards my father and
yeah, that
And
works.
I ain't going nowhere.
I ain't going nowhere, man. Let me see my.
Mm-hmm.
what if you
Morgan.
I know Morgan's made me laugh.
Nostrils flared so wide you could drive a truck through them. It was better than what I put.
Oh.
Oh dear.
Oh gosh.
Come on, water.
It's definitely wide.
Yeah, that's definitely wide.
Jules said nostrils flared like a bull ready to charge.
Mm,
That might work.
that could work.
Magical.
I'm still tickled by that, JC.
What?
Where possible smoke would come out of me. I'm tickled by
He's
it.
a dragon.
Amazing.
Yeah, I don't. Apparently, I was thinking of dragons. I don't know.
But the wick doesn't usually mean smoke. Usually it's heat that means
I don't know what I was thinking. I was just trying to get through the scene.
You got the scene.
I know. You did it though. You got through it.
Yep.
And we all know what you're trying to say, so
Yes.
it can be fixed easily.
How
And
do
I
you
think that was one of those days when I had asked, how do you describe someone being angry? And I think Tiffany said nostrils flaring. And I was like, well, I can't just leave the nostrils flaring. So I think that's why I just put that there so I can move on.
I do have the emotion thesaurus.
Yes.
So let me look up. Do they have rage?
Nostrils flared and wide and face flushed with rage. I like that. Okay. I kind of like that. I can work with that.
Rage. Okay. Flushed
Yeah,
or
'cause right
mottled
now-
skin, shaking extremities, hands that clench and unclench, wide eyes showing the whites, spittle building up in the corners of the mouth, biting criticism and belittlement, jabbing a finger in someone's face, nostrils flaring, haha, lips pulled back bearing the teeth, cracking the neck from side to side, muscles and veins straining against the skin, a guttural roar, planting the feet wide apart, sudden explosives over seemingly little things. Oh, sudden explosions. There we go. Pushing and shoving, limbering up the shoulders and neck as if ready to fight, squeezing someone's arm to the point of bruising, using insults to pick a fight, mulling out a weapon or finding something nearby to use as one, moving slowly and deliberately towards another person, barreling towards someone and uttering a scream or cry, fighting with no thought for one's safety, throwing or kicking things, causing damage, screaming, threatening violence, uttering death threats, staring someone down to frighten them, getting into someone's personal space, and manipulation.
To get me an emotional thesaurus.
I know. It's on my list. I was trying to get it from the library, but it was out and there was like 5 people waiting for it.
Nick, I think it's the emotional thesaurus.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's the whole title.
I have you know,
There we go.
second edition.
Oh yeah, that's the one I was gonna. Yeah, I think you linked that somewhere, and I have it saved.
Yeah.
So maybe he is jabbing his finger in her direction at this point.
Yeah. What's going on, JC? What's he doing?
He could be. But he could be. I'm trying to envision the scene. Hold on. Yeah, there's some finger wagging, dabbing.
They're like, I'm going no until I see my son.
Yeah, what Desiree just did. Like that.
All right. So how do we like He turned back towards me, jabbing a finger in my face. His nostrils flared wide and face flushed with rage.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, yes.
I didn't take my eyes off of Javon, but I told my father that I was going to be fine, that I would let him know when Javon was gone.
You see how I mentioned his name too many times just in that one sentence? Okay.
Maybe? I don't know. I'm used to doing like grabbles where it's like condense as much as possible.
Mhm.
So it's like, ah. Okay.
I mean, yeah.
Okay, I didn't take my eyes off of Javon. How is she feeling now?
Stronger. Like she's got this. Like she can handle it.
So spine straight. And mind clear.
Yeah.
Mhm. Oh, yeah. I like it already.
Mm.
Uh-huh.
So spine straight and mind clear. I told my father I was going to be fine, that I would let him know when Javon was gone.
I like it.
I like it.
Cute, cute.
You have great dialogue, JC.
Really? Oh. It is my favorite part to write.
Yeah.
I
All
sometimes
right.
think I have too much dialogue in my books, but
No, you have
Thank
good
you,
time.
Jules.
Oh, perfect. Yay. Thank you.
Okay. All right. It is after 10. So thank you all so much for coming. You've been a joy.
morning.
This was great. It was great working through and hearing everybody's thoughts on how things should be worded was great. And of course,
Mm-hmm.
Laura, you're a genius.
All the
Don't
different
worry.
Thank you,
ways.
Laura.
I was like,
Thank
yeah,
you.
that.
You asked the
Just
right questions, which is so good. Yeah.
Mhm.
and just
So
that little bit change that she made, I'm like, oh, that changes everything.
It just makes it a stronger statement and it's
Yeah.
more,
Yeah.
it's full.
Mhm. And reminding us to bring in the scent. How,
Yes.
like 'cause we always
Just
think about what we see, what we see, what we see, and reminding us what
your other
Five
senses.
senses.
five senses.
all right, Desiree and JC.
Hmm?
Nick wants the books on their bookshelf already.
Aw.
Well, I gotta finish first, Nick.
And got to do what we just did with Laura for the entire manuscript after
Right.
the first draft. This was the first draft, so
Yes.
now got to do that all over again for an entire manuscript.
Fun times.
Yes,
Mhm.
but at least
Well,
this was some good guidance on how to just
Yeah.
really break it down and try to bring it to life better.
And I just have to keep in my mind five senses, the five senses.
Hmm. Hmm. Thank you, Laura, so much for doing this.
Sure, this was great.
so do you guys want to do your outros?
Sure. I guess I'll start. Hello,
Yeah.
friends. Thank you so much for coming. I'm Desiree, known as the Coffee Life here in the community. You can find me over on YouTube at Coffee Reading Writing. I'm also on Ko-fi under Desiree M. Ortega. And I stream Mondays at 8 p.m. Eastern, right by the Moon Writing Sprints. So hopefully I'll see you guys then. JC?
Hi, I'm JC. I have things on my I don't know why I do this. I have writerly things on my channel. I stream on Wednesday nights, 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I have a blog, online magazine, online store, and a Ko-fi page. I post videos on Mondays and Thursdays. That's all I got, Nia. Yeah, that way.
I'm Nia the Vixen of Fiction here on YouTube. I'm also on Twitch and Instagram. You can find me there. I'm writing the things. I'm a Loki mom. I'm a mom of 4. I normally am streaming on Tuesdays at 7, but occasionally looks like we'll be hopping on with Laura on Tuesdays at 7. So we'll keep you posted whenever she wants to let us do this again. And yes, Nick, I will definitely be sharing. Sorry I didn't get a chance to share it tonight, but I'm excited. This was fun. This was good. This was good.
This was really good. Yes.
So thank you, Laura.
Thank you.
Thank you
So,
so much.
thank you all for being here. My name is Laura Nettles. You have stumbled upon my channel, and subscribe to these lovely folks. They are fantabulous and have been super gracious to put their writing out there for me to stumble through. So, and thank you all so much for being so active in the chat,
Yes.
bashing the bots. You guys are fabulous. And yeah, I will see you guys later. Hopefully, I will do this again the first Tuesday of next month, possibly.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so we'll probably do Nia's, and then maybe if Eva wants to have their piece up here.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Eva.
Laura.
So that's it. Thank you all for coming, and I'll hit the outro.
Bye.